Hey everyone, Charting Man Dan from ChartGuys.com. You know, behind every single video that we put out every single day, there's a wonderful community of traders that we want to invite you to be a part of. Try the free 7-day trial and gain access to our live market broadcasts every morning and afternoon, interact with hundreds of like-minded traders, or take part in one of our dedicated chat rooms, each led by an analyst that's there to answer your questions in real time. Our trial is risk-free with absolutely no commitment or credit card required to experience the TCG community. For those looking for a head start in technical analysis, check out our entries and exits course in the link below in the description. Get up to speed with the fundamentals of TCG technical analysis and experience over 5 hours of great community-driven trading education. Checking in on the technology sector, XLK, Apple, and Facebook. This is where all the action has been. I just put out a Google video giving our game plan for the tech sector as we headed into today, going over a bit of the outline. And it was all about the low of the day on Friday and whether or not the bears were going to see momentum to the downside. So we did see momentum to the downside, breaking that level, but by that point, the hourly and 5-minute RSIs were down in the teens, which let us know that a bounce is coming in the near future. So the bulls did bounce, and they closed fairly strong up near the high of the day, and we still have not proven anything to me on the hourly time frame because we still have not gotten over the hourly 20-period moving average resistance. So that is a key for me in order for the bulls to show strength, and if they are going to turn that level into support tomorrow, perhaps we can get bullish reversal hammer confirmation with another green day. That being said, I do anticipate an equilibrium pattern to begin forming here, and that is our high, our low, and even if we do bounce, we'll look for a lower high, higher low, tightening range before a clear break. Perhaps even by the end of the week, might see an accelerated equilibrium pattern here due to the volatility and volume that is being exhibited. And the first resistance on follow-through after we break 55.78 will be the middle Bollinger Band on the daily, as well as these exponential resistances, which will drop down just below it. And that's going to be right around the low $56 range. So all about the hourly time frame as we head into the open tomorrow and watching to see if we can break the high of today and trying to get that continuation. Otherwise, the bears remain in full control. Weekly time frame, bulls trying to defend the 8-period exponential, 4 trading days left to go. Plenty of time for this candlestick shape to change. 55.48 is that support. We did close just below it one time in 2017 and made a quick recovery. So watching to see if we close below that level this week and heading in on a potential bearish MACD and bearish TCG cross of these exponential moving averages. Apple as well saw follow through to the downside. In some of the Apple videos or some of these videos, I was pointing out how if the tech sector were to see pullback, Apple would be one of the lead bears we look at due to the inability to see strength to the upside. So we have names that saw lots of strength heading into this downside action, like Google and Amazon, which have so much more wiggle room before breaking their uptrend, whereas Apple now has our high, our low, lower high, and lower low. We have shifted the trend on the daily time frame and a huge dump to the downside, giving back all kinds of bullish gains. And the bulls did buy the dip. Again, oversold hourly bounces underway. Watch those hourly 20-period moving averages tomorrow to see if the bulls can get follow-through. Also watching the high of today, 146.09, to see if we can get follow-through. So the low of yesterday acting as resistance, rejecting the high, or I should say the low of Friday, rejecting the high of today. But the bulls could have some momentum as we head into tomorrow. We have to watch those hourly time frames. The lower Bollinger Band on the daily, more often than not, we reject from that level, the first back test of it. So absolutely update that level tomorrow at the open, see where that price level is at, and watch to see if we do reject from that point. The weekly time frame for Apple here is bouncing off the middle Bollinger Band on the weekly time frame. We have not tested this level since back in December, but we have held this level since August. So it has now been 10 months that we've been holding this support level. So we know if we lose this weekly middle Bollinger Band, it will be significant in terms of showing some cracks in the armor of the bulls. Bearish MACD cross, bearish TCG cross is closing in. So the Apple bears are stepping in, keeping in mind Apple has been one of the strongest charts. Besides that little stagnant couple week action, extremely strong chart ever since the election, tons of upside. Facebook on the daily time frame, bouncing. We had support down here at 144.42, and we bounced off of 144.56. We held that support level, maintaining a higher low. We're also holding the 50-day moving average support the past 2 days in a row as well. So very clearly, it is a much stronger chart on the daily for Facebook compared to Apple. Apple, we had that high, low, lower high, lower low. Facebook, we have our high, low, higher low. So it's a completely different trend currently, and we're going to be watching the same thing, hourly 20-period moving average resistance, daily middle Bollinger Band resistance, exponential resistance, and the high of today of 149.19. Weekly chart still very strong as well, also closing in on a potential bearish MACD and a bearish TCG cross, but we're not even testing this middle Bollinger Band yet. That will be a key support level. And if it does break, we're looking down here at 138.81. So all about hourly 20-period moving averages and the ability of whether or not we can see these bulls confirm their bullish reversal candlesticks from today. I appreciate you watching. We'll check back in tomorrow and give a bit of an update. See you then.